Hope you people are able to hear me, right? Very good evening. Very good evening. So let's start. I guess others may not be available. You're ending now? Yes. So did you people start working with the case study which I gave you? I mean, the classic model schema. Did you people started working with it? Not yet. You should have done that because when I'm teaching, when you're going through the sessions, it is better if you can work on it. So it looks easy if you're working with the stuff. Later on, you might find some difficulties. So make sure that because there are other things. If you try to always parallelly work with me, that would be better. If you can just take out some time and do that, it will be better always. So next, let's do one thing. Today, I'll talk about a few methods from the session. Let's see. So we were going through those criterions and all. Now, here in HQL itself, first of all, I'll show you how to update the records or delete the records. You see, we saw querying in HQL in criteria, but have you noticed it? We are just trying to fetch the records. That's all we're doing here, right? But can we execute the kind of insert query here or update query? Direct insert is not possible because we got save method for that, which generates that insert query. But if you want, you can execute update query or a delete query here in Hibernate. That is possible. Okay, you can execute update query, delete query here. I'll show you. So first of all, let me write this code here to acquire the session in session factory. And then what I want to do is I would like to update a record in the database. Let's see. So let's say I would like to update the product price of the first record here. Okay, whose product ID is 0. I'll make it 1 or 100. Let's make it 100. The product ID, I'll make it 100 here. Yeah. So the product whose ID is 100. That product's price I would like to update it. So let's see what to do here. Generally, if you are supposed to write a SQL query, what you will do? Can you write a insert query here for this purpose? Yes. So this is the query, right? Let's do that. Update test.product followed by what you'll do. Yes,
where
test.product set product price equal to, let's say, 1500, where product underscore ID equal to 100. Okay, so this is the query which you'll be writing. Yeah, just a minute, please. Can you write a HQL query? Which is the same query. Instead of column names, you'll be using the property names here, right? Instead of column names, you'll be using the property names. You see, session dot create query, select P, sorry, update P from product, sorry, update product P, select or set, I'm sorry, set price equal to p dot price equal to 1500, where p dot id equal to 100. That's it. Okay. So how will you execute this query? Previously, how did we execute the queries? Yes. So previously we have executed the queries using get result list or list method and get unique results, right? So these are the methods which are used here. Yes. Now to now to execute this query here, you know what we'll be using? Execute update method here. Okay, we'll use execute update method. Query dot execute update. Okay, yes. And this query now it returns an integer value. It indicates the number of records updated as a result of executing this query. Yes. If how many records will be updated as a result of executing this query here? Yes.
One, sir.
One. So as a result of executing this query, you'll find that one record will be updated, right? Yes. Let's just try to test this code. If the number of records updated, if it is 1, I'll print a message, record updated successfully. That's it. And then we'll close this session, close the session factory as well. That's it. Okay. So let's run this code. Oops. Yeah. One more thing. This is a non-select DB operation. So you need a transaction context here. Hibernate always expects you to use a transaction context. Okay. Execute this query in the transaction context itself. Session dot begin transaction. Commit the transaction here. Yes. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. So make sure that always you execute this non-select DB operation in the transaction context itself. Okay. This is important for you people. Okay. Let's check this now. Already active transaction. Just a second. Legal state transaction already active. Oh, actually I've called call get transaction method, not begin transaction. Okay. Call get transaction method. Begin transaction will start the transaction, and then again we're calling begin. That's the problem. Yeah, what did it say? You see, it executes the query. Get insert query here. So you can check this in the database also. Yeah, the price is updated. So similarly, you can also try executing a delete query. Okay, you can also try creating a delete query here. You can do that. So this is one thing which I wanted to show you people. Next, you can just work with some methods which I'll show you. You'll find those methods like update. So far from the session, what are the methods which we saw? Can you people just list out those methods? Session methods, yes. What are the methods which we saw?
Session dot begin transaction, get transaction.
Okay,
Session dot
we
session
saw
dot
save
close.
method, get method.
Yeah.
Okay, and what else? Okay, we saw. I mean, let's talk about the methods which we perform. Some SQL operations. Okay, some DB operations. Like we saw save and get, right? With regard
Yeah,
to the
yeah, yes, sir.
SQL operations, we saw save and get methods. You have update method also. Let's see how it works. Now we have written a query explicitly here, right? So I'll show you. Let me just define a class test session methods. So let's say we have a product object. I'll do one thing. I'll fetch a product record from the database server. Okay. Get a product ID. Get a product whose ID is 102, let's say. Now we got that product record, right? Whose ID is 102. So what is the name of this? Sorry, I would like to update the price. It is 22,000. I would like to make it 20,000. So what I'll do here, you see, in the object, I'll make the changes. Update price 20,000. Okay. Here, where we are modifying this product price in the database or in the application's memory in the object. You see, in the object, not in the application's memory. Am I right? So we are not updating it in the database server. So I want this object state to be updated in the database server. So what to do? I want this object state to be updated in the database server. So what are we supposed to do here? Yes,
Commits,
sorry,
save, save,
save. Save will insert a new record. Save what it does? It inserts new records here. Yes, that is what it does. What to do? Only we are trying to modify this value, product price value, in the object here, right? Yes. You know, here, this is where we'll be using update method. You can use update method for this purpose. So, but whenever you want to perform an update operation, which is a non-select operation, what you'll do first of all, put obtain transaction session dot. You can start the transaction calling begin transaction straight away, or you can obtain the transaction object. Anything is fine. Here, after you started the transaction, now you can call the update method and pass the product object here, and then you can commit the transaction. Close the session. Close the session factory also. Yes. Close the session factory also. That's it. Let's see. So
So can you show me down the code?
this one, you can check the query first of all. So what is this query doing here? What is there any difference between
Update.
the upgrade query? I mean, let me ask you people this way: do you see any difference between the update query which we saw previously, which we have written previously, and this upgrade query? What is the difference?
Before update query only change the price. It is already existing record.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this this query will change. Will set the product name where product ID equal to 1 or 2. That one we need to change everything like product description, product name, product price, everything.
Okay. Yeah. In this query, it is updating description, name, price, supplier ID, everything, right? But the query which you have written, it was only upgrading the product price, updating the product price. So that means this update method blindly updates all the values here, whatever you got. It will blindly update all the values which you got here. Yes, that is what it does. So I hope you people got it. Yes. So this is the difference which you'll see here. Now, actually, for suppose if I call the save method and pass the product object, what happens? If I call the save method and pass the product object, what happens? You know, it will throw an exception because this record is already existing now. It will throw duplicate entry exception. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Oh, what we did just a minute. Okay, it's just executing select query here. Let me just try executing it again. Okay, so we are fetching a product record. Okay, it's not executing. Okay, it's not inserting. Yeah, definitely. If it is previous version of Hibernate, you'll find that definitely if it is previous version of Hibernate, it will be throwing an exception. It will be throwing an exception here. Okay, it will be throwing an exception because it is not the previous version of Hibernate. It's not throwing any exception here. Yes. Okay. Earlier it used to throw exception. So for that purpose, we have another method. So if you don't know whether the record is existing or not, in Hibernate 4, you try it. I'll tell you definitely it will throw exception. In Hibernate 4, you will find that it will throw till Hibernate 4. Only this recent version of Hibernate framework, you will find that you won't get this exception. Now, if you don't know whether the record is existing or not, you know, you can go for the save or update method. Okay. If you don't know whether the record is existing or not, you can go for this method. What this method does, you know what? If the record is existing, if the record is existing, it will update the record. It will update the record, I can say. What if the record is not existing? It will insert it. So it has dual functionality. Save or update method. If the record is existing, it will update the record. And if the record is not existing, it will delete the record here. Yes. Sorry, it will insert the record here. Yes. Okay. Yes. That is what happens. That too, it does a smart update. I'll run this code. As of now, you see the price, is it updated here? Let's check this once. Now the price is 20,000, right? The price, you'll find that it is actually 20,000. Yes. Now I'll run this code. Let's see what happens. If I run this code, what happens? Will it update it? What do people think? Will it execute this update query?
It will say, sir.
It will save it. Actually, it won't do that because already the record is existing now. It neither updates it. It won't even update it. Have you noticed it? Because you'll find that it is very smart update. It does a very smart update always. It always does a very smart update, I can say actually. Yes. It does a very smart update. If smart update means, you see, if there is no change in this product object state, you see, it will check the values. The data in the product object and the data in the record, if it is same, it won't delete the record. Sorry, it won't update the record. There is no need for update, right? It won't update it. It won't update it, I can say. Yes. Yes, it does a smart update. If the record is not existing, it will add a record, inserts the record. If it is not existing, it won't do that. Yes, it won't do anything. Okay. Hope you got it. Okay, so let's move on. There's a save or update for you people. Similarly, what if you want to delete the record? You got delete method here. Okay, if you want to delete the record, you can use this delete method. So what it does, simply it will delete the record here. Yes, hope everyone got it. Okay, now okay, the record will be deleted from the database server. So the record associated to this product object, the record here, which is associated to this product object, you'll find that it will be deleted from the database. Okay, Next, what about the product object which you got here? What happens to this product object? What do people think? Will it be deleted? Because the record associated to that object is deleted, right? What happens to that product object? Will it be deleted or will it be retained? So what do people think? This object cannot be destroyed from the database, from the memory, right? So the object will be retained, but the record associated to this object will be deleted from the database server. It will be definitely deleted. The record associated to this object will be deleted from the database server, I can say. Yes. I hope you people got it. Yes. So is it clear for you people, all of you? The delete method. You see, these are the session methods, the most common methods which you'll see here. Delete method. Now what are the methods which we saw? Update, delete, save or update. Save or update is a smart update. It does a smart update. Okay, that is important point to remember. Yes. Next we have another method here which I'll show you. Load method. Load method. Let's see. So load method, what it does, let's see. Load method, I can say that it is similar to get method. So we use get method to fetch a record from the database server, right? Similarly, load method is also used for this purpose. Then what is the difference here? What do people think? Let's see. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry. So, so load method, which you got here, how it is different from get. Get method is used to fetch the record. Load method is also used to fetch the records. You know that? Yes. I'll show you. Here, we'll try to display the record. I have got the code to display the record, right? Copy it. And so these are all handy methods which you can make use of. The development you'll need it. Okay. Mm, Now I'll try to run this code. You see, you'll find that you'll get that record here. Okay. Next, what is the difference between load and get? You know, load does lazy loading. Load method, it actually does lazy loading. What does that mean? Actually, when I say lazy loading, what do people think? What does it mean?
It means to retrieving the data is very slow in the backend.
No, not slow, but I can say that here, application will this load method will only fetch this records, fetch this record. The load method will only fetch this record if this record is needed. Otherwise, it won't fetch the record here. Otherwise, it won't fetch the record. Yeah, yeah, sorry. You got the point. Only when we read the record is fetched. Reading the record means reading the record means here. Yes, you see, you're trying to read this, right? Otherwise, it won't be fetched. I'll show you. For suppose, you see, we have written this code here, right? So if I try to read this record after closing the session, we'll try to read the record. Let's see what happens. So session is responsible for DB interactions. Okay, this load method belongs to session itself. Okay, after closing the session, now we'll try to fetch the records. Okay, we'll try to fetch the records. Let's see what happens. What it says? Lazy initialization exception could not initialize proxy, no session. So it's not fetching the record initially. When we are trying to read this record, you see, when we are trying to read that record, the data from the product object, when you're trying to read the data from the product object, then only it will try to fetch the record here. Then only it will try to fetch the record here. Otherwise it won't. Okay. I hope you people got it. See, if it is get method, it eagerly fetches the record, I can say. Now I'm replacing this method with get. So get, as soon as we call the method, it will immediately fetch the record. So you won't see this exception. You won't find this exception. Okay. I'll show you. You got the difference? Yeah. In what cases you'll go for load method? In what cases you'll go for load method? You know, for suppose, let's say, I'll show you when to go for load method. Okay. For suppose I want to add a record. Let's put this. You see, we are trying to add a record here. Which record? Product whose ID is 215. See, already there is a record. Okay. I'll do 216. Let's say cold coffee. You see, let's say I want to associate this product. Now this record is not existing. I want to associate this product to a supplier. We have a supplier for each product, right? Let's say the supplier is already existing. I'll add a record, supplier record here. Mm, next cafe, let's say, whatever it is. Yeah. You see, this supplier is existing, and you see, how will you associate this product to that supplier? What you will do? Can you people tell me? We have to add that product record and make sure that we associate that supplier to this product object. What to do? Yes. Okay. Hope you people got my question right. Now this is where you can use load method. Now I don't want the complete supplier record here. I just will do this session dot load and you know fetch that supplier. The ID is, what is ID? 99909 99909. So we'll just try to fetch that supplier. You'll get a proxy for that supplier object. You won't get the complete product object. Okay. You won't get the complete product object. You'll just get a proxy. The supplier object is not fetched. A proxy object is created here. And now you can use it to associate this product to that supplier. Just do this. Set supplier. That's it. This way you can use load method. So we don't need the complete data here. We just need that supplier ID, which will be stored in this proxy object. The supplier object reference which you got here, it's a proxy object. In that you got the supplier, I can say. Yes. Okay. So is it clear for everyone? Let me just run this code. You see, record is inserted. And you will find that this record will be associated to that product. See the last record, 216 is associated to the supplier. So is it clear for you people? Yes. How to use this load method? So when you don't need the data completely, just we need a reference, okay, with the title, so that we can associate that object to this, supply it to this product object. This is an example you'll see here. So if it is clear, I'll do one thing. I'll stop it here today. Let's meet tomorrow and we'll continue the discussion. Okay? Yeah. Not tomorrow in the sense Monday evening again. So we'll meet on Monday evening and we'll continue the discussion. Thank you all. Bye bye.